We're going to be doing a mock draft today. This is the second one. This is actually the first one since we have a real draft order. I don't have the teams that don't have first round picks selected here, but we're going to go ahead and go through the entire first round of the NFL 2023 draft. Let's get right into it. All right, so start draft. So I think personally the Bears, they're going to go with Will Anderson. I think that's just their pick. If they were to stay at one, I don't think they will. I think they're going to trade back, which I think honestly, I think the Texans either way will go CJ Stroud, especially with some of the stuff that came out about Bryce Young. I'm not sure if they would realistically want to take him here. And it honestly also feels like a Texans thing not to take the best option. The Cardinals, I feel like they would trade out of this pick, but I'm not doing trades as well. So I would say they would probably take Jalen Carter here. They need some defensive help. They don't really need much on the offensive side. And I think the Colts love this, that Bryce Young just fell into their lap. I think that would be a fantastic pick for them. It's better than Will Levis. And again, they have been talking about trading up to one to get Will Levis. I don't think they do that here. I think they take Bryce Young. I think, honestly, Seattle's going to add an edge rusher and Tyrese Wilson here. I think they need a bit more defensive help, some offensive line help, but with where they're drafting here, there's not really many options for a good tackle. I mean, if they were to trade back, I think they could possibly get a better tackle, but I think they're going to go with some offensive line help. I think Witherspoon is 100% going to Detroit. They need some quarterback help. He's the best on the board. They're going to be taking Witherspoon there, I think, without a doubt. That's just my opinion. The Raiders, they need a quarterback now since they got rid of him. I think they take Will Levis unless they sign somebody. I think Will Levis is the best option. For the Falcons, now that Will Levis, and Bryce Young, and CJ Stroud are all off the board, I don't think they will pick a quarterback here. I think it's a bit of a stretch to get Anthony Richardson this high. And I think the Falcons are a little bit smarter than that. I think they're going to try to build up their defense by adding Brian Branch here. I think that would be their goal to help build up their defense. And with the Panthers, I think they are the team more likely to make the stretch pick, and I would think they would take Anthony Richardson here. I think they're a little bit more desperate for that quarterback than the Falcons probably are, and I think that's why they would make that stretch pick. The Eagles, it says they need receiver help. They don't. I don't know why that's theirs. They're definitely not taking Quentin Johnson here. I think they're going to pick Christian Gonzalez because they need a little bit more boasting of that secondary because I believe they're going to lose James Bradbury to free agency and maybe a few other players. So I think the Eagles will 100% take the cornerback there, not a wide receiver. The Titans, they need basically everything on the offensive side. They just released their star tackle. He was too injured. They need to replace him. There's no quarterback to replace at this point in the draft. I think they will go with Paris Johnson Jr. here without a doubt. The Texans back on the clock. I think they're going to add a wide receiver to help out their young CJ Stroud. I think they're going to take Quentin Johnson here. I think they need a bit of receiving help. They got the quarterback locked down. They need to try to start bolstering that offense. The Jets, they really need a quarterback super bad. But as you can see, there's really nobody here in the top part of this draft class that's going to be worth taking. I don't think they're going to go the stretch of drafting Tanner McGee this early. I could see them honestly trading back at this point, or they're just going to take whoever's the best player available, probably this guy right here. I'm not going to pronounce that name. With the Patriots, I feel like they are a team that would stretch the imagination. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they don't come here and draft some dude in like this area of the draft class. I just, it's the Patriots. It's the thing they do. I think actually they would make a bit of a stretch, and they're going to draft somebody in this bottom area. I think they're going to take one of these edge rushers here. I'm going to go with this guy. Not going to pronounce that name because I will not pronounce it correctly. Green Bay needs wide receiver help. Everybody's leaving. They are probably not going to keep Aaron Rodgers, so they need to build around Jordan Love. My gosh, I just blinked out there. But knowing them, they're going to take Brian Brees here because they don't draft wide receivers. Let's just be real here. Washington, they need a lot of help, particularly on the offensive side. I think without a doubt, they're probably going to have to bolster some of their offensive line. There just isn't a quarterback this high. And I don't think they take the stretch and draft a wide receiver here. So I think they're going to go with Peter here. I'm still not trying to pronounce that last name. Pittsburgh, they need a bit of help all over the place. Their defense has definitely been a bit of a letdown, but tackle is a big need for them. Their offensive line has gone downhill quite a bit. So I think they're going to take Broderick Jones here because they just need that tackle help. With Detroit, I feel like they're just going to continue bolstering their defense and drafting this defensive lineman. Again, not going to butcher his name until I hear it more often. So the Buccaneers, they're in a bit of trouble. I think they're going to stretch for a quarterback here. I think they're going to take Tanner McGee. They just don't have many options. Brady's gone. They need a quarterback badly. With the Seahawks, I think honestly continuing to bolster their defense, taking Miles Murphy here is probably their smartest decision they can make. They need a lot of more help on the defense than the offensive side of the ball. So yeah, we're gonna take him here. So the Dolphins forfeit their pick. So it goes to the Chargers. The Chargers, I don't think they're really need wide receiver help right now. I think these guys aren't the person. Anyway, I think they're going to take a cornerback in Joey Porter. I think they just need some more defensive stability around that team. The Ravens, they're 100% taking a wide receiver. In my opinion, I like Jackson here more. I just like him more as a prospect. So that's who I would take. The Vikings, again, I don't think they're taking a receiver. They have no need for it. I think they're going to go and try to bolster their secondary and take Banks. Jacksonville, I think they could take a receiver to put next to Christian Kirk. But if there is some solid help here in edge and whatnot, I think there's no way they don't take Andre Carter or Nolan Smith. I think they're going to take Nolan Smith personally. The Giants, I think they're going to try to draft a wide receiver. I'm liking Zay Jones quite a bit, or Zay Flowers. I mean, he's put on some muscle weight. He looks more fit. I think he's the better pick of those two, so I'm going to take Zay here. The Cowboys, I think they're going to take a receiver here. Unless they can get a good one in free agency, I think they're going to choose Jordan Anderson. They just kind of have to. The Bills' biggest need is running back. He's fallen this far because no team really needs a running back outside the Bills. So Brian Robertson, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he's definitely going to the Bills. It's going to be a fantastic pick for them, and I think that's going to bolster their entire lineup. The Bengals here, though, I think, honestly, they got to continue to improve that awful defense. And I think they're going to do it with Andre Carter II. And now the Saints, they need everything. But I think they need a quarterback desperately, and they will help him sit there. Where is he? Can I select positions in this? Yeah, okay. I want Hinder Hookerson. I think he's better than where he's ranked. I think he was having a fantastic season. I don't think wow, Max Duggan is being disrespected hard. Holy crap. Yeah, I think he's definitely getting picked here. I think he's going to shock the world and go in the first round or early second round, one of the two. The Eagles, I think they just need to continue to replace some of these people they're going to lose this offseason. So they're going to take this tackle to possibly replace Lane Johnson once he calls it a career, without a doubt. And finally, you got Kansas City. I think Kansas City's big needs is going to be on the defensive side of the ball. Will McDonald's or Antonio Johnson are probably the two best picks here. I think they're definitely going to go for a secondary player. I feel like that's their biggest need and help. So I'm going to go ahead and take him. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, let's see what my grade is. Oh, okay, go. Because it said, I guess there's no grade. Anyway, leave a like and comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.